Alright there, Procrastinauts, mine's Pleborian, and welcome back to the long-awaited episode of Kerbal Space Program. Yes, I know I have been gone far too long. I have been so busy over the Christmas period. It has been amazing, because Christmas is amazing, and I love it to bits. But it's now over, it's now Boxing Day, so it looks like life's gonna go back to normal, and it's time to get some Kerbal Space Program sorted out for you guys. There's a lot of things I do want to talk about. I don't think I'm going to be able to, because you know me, I'm not too good at the whole getting things that I want to say out there. But if you guys remember, I did a charity live stream for PDTV a couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, and we raised over $1,000 for Child's Play charity. That was absolutely amazing. I want to thank all of you guys from the channel who were there. Very big thanks to you guys and coming out and supporting us and doing some donations. Some of you donated quite a bit, which was pretty shocking and amazing, so thanks for that, big thanks for that. On more Kerbal related stuff, however, during this live stream I kind of messed up my save game. I lost my Juna bases, I lost my Kiss, I lost all kinds of garb, and since then I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with the series next. Where do I want to take it next? What things do I want to show off next? And to be honest, I'm coming up with Butt Kiss, quite a lot of Butt Kiss indeed. So yeah, I'm going to quickly dive into here. There are a few new things I've been playing around with. The Falcon V has reached a new evolution, the Falcon 6, and it comes in two flavours. It comes as the Falcon 6 Shuttle and the Falcon 6 SSTO. Now, the Falcon 6 SSTO, which is the one I'll show off first here, is your basic space plane. It's pretty much the Falcon design, with a new sleeker look and some additional bits and pieces here and to make it operate a bit better. The docking port has been placed on the bottom of the ship, so when you do come to dock with something, you'll have to do it at a very strange angle. I chose this in favour of going for these like triangle pieces here, because it just generally makes the plane look a lot better with its whole sloped wing style. I like it a lot. This thing will reach orbit of about 200 kilometers above the surface, no questions asked. It'll probably be a bit grim on fuel once you get to where that orbit is, and you'll have very little to play around with. You should be able to deorbit it, but you won't have any fuel left to use your atmospheric engines to give yourself an assisted re-entry. But it's pretty damn good, especially if you like SSTOs. I'd give it a go. It's going to be up for download along with the other one after this episode, so you guys have got a little Christmas present from me, my own personal hard worked on ships. These things have gone through so many evolutions, it's unreal. But the big one, the big thing that I'm really proud of here is the Falcon 6 Shuttle. Same thing, exactly the same thing, but it's a shuttle. Yes! Now, I've tried to do shuttles before. One of the most highest rated videos on the channel, episode 3 or 4 I think it is, I can't remember which one, but it's like episode 3 or 4, that had a shuttle with damn robotics wing pieces in it. I've tried to go for the same kind of style here while using only stock pieces, and I'll tell you what, it is bloody hard work getting a shuttle to work. This thing is unreal for the things you have to go through. I'm going to be taking this out first, I think. Yes, let's see the launch. Big sniffles because it's winter and I'm full of a cold, but I didn't let that dampen my Christmas spirits. No siree, Bob. Right, here we go. This is positioned in such a way that it is important. I'm going to throw my SAS on, give myself some thrust up to about there, as to avoid overheating. Get the gear up. Yes, prime. Right, so here we go. I'll walk you through the steps as and when we go up. It's a shame I can't see the rest of the rocket there, but never mind, never mind. Right, on the countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Turn smaller engines off. There we go. Right, as you can see already, you have to be quick on the trigger to get this off the ground. Initially, these engines fire up with this. Now, the reason why I've left that set to that kind of style is because I want to be able to action group these on and off as and when I'm going up. Yes. I think that makes perfect sense. I need to be able to turn them on and off very easily when this happens, because the centre of weight in this thing, the centre of mass or whatever it is you want to call it, can change rapidly as tanks start dropping off. You can see on the back here I've got these weird tanks here. These are basically counterweights of the two tanks that are on the side of the plane and its central tank, not accounting for the pod or the wings or anything else that hangs off there. Right, okay, we seem to be making a pass at this, pretty damn good pass. So at some point soon we're going to begin our gravity turn, and then you'll start to see where this thing has a hard time of going up. I'm going to engage the RCS as well, because RCS is very important in this. I mean, you can get away without using it, but I tend to use it quite a lot in the ascent of this thing. I say quite a lot, but I only made this thing today, and I just thought it was that good that I had to get it out on a video. It just had to be done. Right, at some point very soon we're going to have a bit of a mismatch in weight going on, and the thing is going to start tilting in one particular direction. That's not a problem though. I can adjust with adding additional thrust or taking thrust away. It looks like we're going on a bit of a tilt here now, but we're also about to run out of fuel, so when that happens, we're going to have a very, 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 very weird launch off the rocket itself, because we're just going to go flying through this. Right, 3, 2, 1, and boom. Yep, there we go. And you have to tap the SAS when you're doing that, because I've noticed that the SAS in this game, when you disconnect stuff, can be a bit of a pain in the arse. It seems to make it go really wild and your craft will spin out of control, and that's no good. Believe me when I say that is no good. But as you can see, we've made it up here, no questions asked. We made it off the rocket, no questions, well, the ascent stage, no questions asked. And now we're just basically left to this stage right here. I'm quite impressed at how well this one's gone up this time. I didn't have to mess around with additional bits of thrust here and there. That was pretty good. I did like that. So how are we doing on our APO? Let's have a look at our stuff. So I could do with bringing that down a wee bit. We're going to be burning all of this tank away, and we're going to get ourselves into position in our orbit, hopefully about 150 kilometers above the surface. Once this tank has burnt its way up to where I want my APO axis to be, I'm going to cut it off. We're going to switch tanks around, and we're going to go to these side boosters here, these side engines. Shouldn't take too long, but we have breached the atmosphere, which is always good times in the Kerbal Space Program. Right, we're getting a bit further out there, so you know what, let's see if I can not just keep it there and use what bit of fuel we've got in this tank to burn away with. Good times. Good times are happening in the Kerbal Space Program. I don't know if that music's too loud. The sound effects shouldn't be, but the music might be. I haven't changed that since I've reinstalled everything again. Right, how are we doing here? We have just caned that bit of fuel. We are at 116. Right, get the side boosters out. 3, 2, 1, fire! There we go. Turn that middle booster off. One thing I do forget to do, and I should have done it then, is turn these intakes off. Close these intakes. They cause drag. Cause huge amounts of drag. Well, I mean, they won't cause any drag in space, but they just cause drag anyway when they're open. Here we go. We're getting somewhere. Nice. So yeah, not SSTO, but it gets into orbit quite nicely, and it has no questions about it. It's also quite an intense shuttle as well, because of the way everything has to be done at the right moment. If you don't know how to fly this thing, then boy, are you in trouble, believe me. This is a carefully perfected piece of machinery, this thing is, and it should not be taken lightly. But as you can see, it works. It didn't really give me any shit, to be fair, on the way up. How are we doing? Can I manage 32 seconds of burn? I reckon I can. So that shouldn't be too bad. Let's get on there and get ourselves about 32 seconds away. I always did wonder about this whole burning thing, but during the live stream, Damien managed to brave his illness that he was suffering at the time, a very bad cold and flu, and he came along and gave me some advice on how to do these burns, and in all fairness, the way he told it to me is exactly what I already did, so I have now got professional guidance that what I'm doing here is right. I was always a little bit confused when it comes to doing the burns for these things. I really was, but now I'm a little bit better. I learned quite a few things, some crazy little things you can do with some of the new parts in 18. Oh god, here we go. Yes, this plane has a habit of tipping up like that. I think it's because of the mismatch of weight of the wings. It's not really a problem, but it's something that needs to be kept, an eye kept on it. But no, we should be in orbit there. Sweet! Nice, nice. So, good times I had in the Kerbal Space Program. Jebediah is happy, everybody's happy, and we've still got quite a bit of fuel. With our orbit being what it is, 159 by 145, I suppose I could build this out into a 200 km orbit from where I am now and still have enough to get myself to rendezvous up to a target. I imagine I would anyway, but this is like perfect for now. So, with that said, we're going to go to space and we're just going to leave this in orbit for now. Jeb can have a bit of a float around. He's done his duty and he did it well. Now I'm going to take out the where are you? The SSTO load. I keep forgetting that I've moved these things to stock, so every time I save them it creates them on my save game. Bah! Humbug! Humbug to that mess. But I do love Christmas though. Did everyone have a good Christmas? I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I had a really good Christmas. I didn't get much, but it's not really about getting much. It's about spending time with your family and having laughs. And oh, Christmas is awesome. So enough about that anyway. Let's turn off that, get the mouse engines up and running, and we shall ascend to glory. This is going to be hard because I'm not the best at being efficient with these things. Not the best at all. But at least my planes actually fly, which is something pretty good because I'm not the most proficient at building aerodynamic designs, but again this thing looks really amazing. I should give this to Har from HOC Gaming. He does a series where he takes other people's craft. I want to see if he could actually do anything with this and improve it a little bit. I'll even give him the Shuttle as well, just for shits and gigs. I have to speak to him on Skype at some point. He did say he was interested in doing some collaborations, so I've been comparing my Steam library to his recently, and there could be some of that coming your way. It depends if we have time. He's got school, I've got college, and nothing's been set in stone, but we have had a little bit of talky here and there about it. So, could be some collaboration stuff coming to the channel, which is always good. Oh, I need to turn the SAS off for a second and just let it hover up, because it will slightly pull up by itself, and if it does it by itself, then I'm not going to argue with it, as long as it doesn't tilt like it is doing. Ah yes, it's a good craft. This is. It is a very good craft, and the best thing about it is it will fly on warp, no questions asked. Now I've taken it up to 2 there, and I normally only take it to 1, but it does seem to be handling quite nice. Although I'm not going to hedge me bets because we've still got time for it to shake itself to bloody pieces, which does happen. Planes do shake themselves to pieces. Where am I going to take this to? I'm going to get to about 10,000, yep. And then I'm going to start doing a normal kind of horizontal burn to try and slow my ascent up, just so I can get as much speed as I can off the atmospheric engines. Personally, I think this would be the way of getting to Lave, perhaps using this craft and then sending it on. I think this could be the better design. I mean, that shuttle was flown, exploded, so it's had like several iterations. The Falcon has always been a half decent craft. It's always kind of worked. So I do think the SSTO version is better, but the shuttle works just as well, and it's good for a quirky little flight if you've never done a shuttle before, and it's good to take pointers from. So just in case you've been trying to build your own shuttle, then have a look at mine. It's quite important to note that the counterbalance tanks on the back are very important because of the whole mismatch of weight. I honestly don't have a clue how the Tiberian shuttle works on the Nova Punch kit. That's a very good kit, and it's one that I want to take up again at some point, but I actually don't see myself having any use for shuttles now. The latest and greatest thing that I'm doing is Well, it's going to more planets via the new Bobcat interplanetary pusher for the base modules. I'll show that off at the end of this video because that's what's coming next. We're going to be going back to Juna and we're going to be sending another couple of bases down at different points. One on the North Pole, one in an average place on the surface of Juna somewhere. How are we doing? We need to get up a bit, I think, here. I would like to make orbit with this. I don't want to fail with this. But it is a lot harder than doing it with the other one. Right, 3. Okay, we're wobbling around a lot less, so we could probably like go with this. What I want to do though is watch my speed and height. So I'm going to take this down a little bit here because I don't want to be going over 18,000 at this low speed. A flat spin and a flame out is like the worst thing that could possibly happen to me on this trek, and it's very easy to do. Space planes have a very, very nasty way of giving you abuse if you take them up too high and not getting enough oxygen into their tanks. But I imagine at 18,000 meters we'll come up to, oh god, oh shit. I did not want to do that. Yeah, but I imagine at 18,000 meters going over 1,000 meters per second, I'd say we're pretty solid here. But I'll tell you what I will do in a second. I'm gonna let my height fall a little bit to the point of where my speed stops going up, and then I'm going to engage the main rocket engine, and then we'll point ourselves right up, and we're going straight up. Screamy Bill Kermit, and he don't give a shit. He's always forever screaming. Screamy Bill Kermit. Right, we're losing speed. Let's. Oh god, wrong ones. Right, those engines have got to wear up again now, I think. So we're gonna put ourselves right up as far as we can get. I'm gonna get that prograde right to us. I've got to keep an eye out and make sure that the plane engines don't decide to flame out on me at some point, because they will. Right. There we go. Close the engines and the intakes as well, so we build up less drag. Build up less drag. I don't know if that's the right term of range. We reduce our drag, is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully now we should be able to reach our target off this engine alone. I hope so anyway. It'd be a bit of a shame if this one didn't make it when the other one did, which is a shame because the other one really on paper should not work. But we are making it. Our prograde is getting higher still. As long as I can keep that building out as fast as I can. Alright, we're getting pretty damn high, so I am going to reduce that to about there and see how fast I can get it to go out and round. Out and round. Sounded absolutely wrong, that did. So what I'm going to be doing here now is keeping it low, Going to build this out to about 150, I think. See how far out I can actually get this here. Alright, here we go. So that has done that. So we are looking at 101 litres of fuel. What do I need to increase the delta V here? I would like to be able to settle this at 200k if I could, because that'd be nice. I did say it could reach 200k, so let's see. Do we have 21 seconds of burn time left in that tank? We should do. Just about. The last little bit may have to be done on RCS. RCS. Yes, RCS. Keep on going. Right, okay, so let's go. Full bore. See if we have 21 seconds to go. 21 seconds to go. We do have 21 seconds to go by the looks of things. Can't help but notice that this thing seems to be more balanced in the centre as well. Right, we made it, but only just. So, yeah, there we go. Chances are I probably could deorbit this thing because we've got a ruck ton of monopropellant to blitz through. But hey, we made it. Let's have a look at these orbits. Could I rendezvous these two together and get them to join together? Because this is going to be quite a quick episode otherwise, isn't it? I suppose I should use the smaller one to do this, so the short one, because it has more fuel. Right, show me the money. Here we go. So, right, if I can do something now, I'm going to reduce this one's periapsis, I think, and bring it down, and then have this catch up to that. Well, seeing that thing is marginally catching up with us, so I could probably give it a bit of thrust in all fairness, but I don't know. We'll see what we can do with this. We are going the wrong way, so throw on some RCS. Nice. Okay. Let's give ourselves a wee bit of thrust, just to reduce that APO slightly, see what happens. Keep right on that there. Periapsis, let's take us down to, let's say 100 and... yeah, let's about 100 if I can do it. 110 because I want to make sure I do have the fuel to do this, so... right, here we go, this should be good. We're going to set that as our target. Oh bollocks, I didn't want to make a manoeuvre. Close that. The SSTO is our... oh, god damn it! How dare you? This is so awkward. Set as target, there we bloody go. That took time, didn't it? Alright, let's get round to that periapsis and begin sorting ourselves out. I would like to be able to do this actually. This is a quick impromptu thing. And this video was only intended to test out the two, see how effective they both are, and both of them do reach orbit, so that is good news indeed. Let's bring this down to 100 as well, shall we? Well, 110. Keep going, 22, 19, 80, whoop, and there we go. So that should give us a bit of space. We've still got a fair bit of fuel in our tank. That's always good, so let's give it a chance to catch up. This is going to take a while, this is. Right, I know what to do with this. Space Center. Quick pod on the the launch pad. And now, because through the power of magic and glitching, I can sit here and I can allow it to do its thing and let these two catch up to each other. Right. Okay, here we are. Now it looks like we're getting somewhere, so what I'll do is I will get them a bit closer still, I think, because they are really goddamn close to each other and we're not going to need much of a burn to correct ourselves with. Right, there we are. That should do it. So, and fly, tracking station. We'll head over to the shuttle, shall we? Oh, right, so target set. Let's plot some maneuvers, shall we? Let's give ourselves some. Ha ha ha! Okay, that's nice. Right, okay, I don't know why that disappeared like so. Let's bring it forward a little bit because just so we can get these back to where they were. What's the separation? 11.5k. Now, that's not bad. I'm more than happy to try and work with that, but can I do it better? It's always the question you should always ask yourself in Kerbal. Can I do it better? It looks like I may be able to here. Right, okay, I need to be careful how I do these things, because you do have a tendency to touch these things. What have we got there? 4km, eh? I'm fucking quite happy with that in all fairness, but can we get a bit closer? Yeah. 4.3. 5.4. 9. 4km will do. 4km will do. Let's get ourselves to this maneuver node and see what the crack is, shall we? Where is the maneuver node? It should only be... aha! There we go. Hold yourself there, mate, and let's get ourselves round. 21 minutes to the Apo thingy mabob. The maneuver node. Oh god! This is the thing, I need to be more structured with my episodes. So there's going to be a lot of changes to the channel over the course of the new year, I think. Most definitely. Yes, I want to try and boost my channel performance up to a more professional level. It all depends if I have the time for it, in all fairness, but we'll have to see. That is one of my New Year's resolutions, but more on that later. Let's see, let's get ourselves right up into it. It's only going to take like a split second to burn this, so let's get going. Let's see if we can build up a 21 km, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.8, 3, 2. Oh yes, less than a kilometre away. That's good. Happy days. I love the new manoeuvre system. I really do. But the question on my mind next is, what will be in patch 0.19? God, it is a big question. Apparently the devs said it's going to be a lot bigger than the current patch, patch 18, and we all know how big that was. That was redonkulous. It was amazingly big. Right, 29.6 is the delta V we need to kill. Here we go. And thrust. Right. Let's see how close we actually get to this. The Falcon SSTO. See, I'm quite happy with it just being like reasonably close. Right, here we go. 9876 5. We've done well here, ladies and gentlemen. We've done pretty damn well. Right, here we go. Right, so now we are on form. Let's get ourselves over there, shall we? We're actually really close up as well, so I wonder how this is going to react to docking ports. Toggle. I hope these things can reach each other, otherwise it's going to be a very grim docking procedure. According to that, we should be flat. Yeah, I'm doing things in Orbital these days, it seems. Let's get a bit of speed up. Whee! Right, we're starting to pick up quite a bit of speed towards it, but we're not going to go crash into it, so that's good. What I do need to do is I need to start getting to this retrograde marker and seeing what the crack is here, because it looks like we are picking up some serious speed away from it. Right, what I'll do is I'll fast forward to see how far close we get. Right, it seems like we're going away from it now, so I'm just going to zero out the speed with tiniest bits of thrust. Right, here we go, that's zeroed out. So back to target prograde. Let's give ourselves some speed towards it, shall we? As well as, if I can get myself the right way round. Oh, too much of a spin. Alright, here we go. Right, we're on the target. Get some RCS on, shall we? Yeah, there we go. That's more like it, isn't it? 3, 2, 1. Oh, pretty damn close. Pretty damn close indeed. Oh, very close. We're so close, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the whole point of this is that I'm trying to do here, but it's fun to dock things in space. I wanted docking, so I'm abusing the rights to docking. It's good. Right, we are getting pretty damn close now. Jeb and Bob can meet up and trade up stories about what they think of the new SSTOs and the shuttle designs. Right, there we go. Right, what I'd like is to stop the whole thing, switch craft, get out my toggler. Okay, so what's going to be the best direction for this here now? 90s and not 90s, zeros and 180s are always good, because then at least the craft won't change, or at least I should hope so. Actually, no. I don't know what we're after here. Are we after this? I think this is what we could be after. Right. Okay. Hold yourself there. The docking port is open, so jobs are good in. I should be able to do this now. So set as target. Oh, this would make an awesome screenshot, wouldn't it? Let's get a bit closer. How do I unset as target? Just for the sake of a screenshot. Unset target. Oh, come on. Don't be rude. Unset target. There we go. F2. Ah, Falcons. I love them. Yes. Take a couple of those bad boys. So get this back out, and we need to reset that as a target. Set as target. Right. We're slowly drifting away from our craft here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick this bad boy around so we are facing the exact same way. Okay, let's flip it. Let's be flippant with this thing, shall we? Aha, right, okay, so remember, reversing thrustings is the wayings I am doing this. So not to thrust forward to thrust back, but to thrust back to thrust forward. And left becomes right, down becomes up. Wait, what? Did we run out of... What? How could we do this already? Right, okay, so it looks like it's up to this thing then. Set as target, RCS. What I want is to control it from here as well. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work here, so perhaps chase. Here we go. All I've got to do is get myself lined up with this, and job should be a good one. That's if these things will even reach. Oh wow, let's slow ourselves down a little bit, shall we? We're pretty much here, aren't we? So let's be very bloody careful with how we do this. Get ourselves up a little bit. Go up a little bit. This is very, very hard to do. Especially when it's... okay. As we get closer and closer still to this thing, right, okay. where are our docking ports here anyway? Right, it's obvious that we need to shift up a little bit. Rotate ourselves a little bit more so we're more on the form with this here. Oh, the docking ports don't reach. Oh, what a piss take. They have reached and they are trying to draw each other to each other, but the wheels have blocked it. Oh. Now that is a shame if there ever was one. Scumbags. Oh, I need to do something about that. I mean, when I do dockings, it won't be like this anyway, so this was just like a little test one, but that looks very, very sick like that. I like that a lot. Oh, that is a shame. That is a massive, massive shame. Shame the wheels don't have no clip. Ah. It is a very big shame. It is a very big shame indeed. Perhaps maybe if I were to just leave these two like slowly shimmy against each other for God knows how long. That should be good. Nice. Oh well, so at least they both work. I'm not going to bother deorbiting them, there's no point in that at all. I mean, we've got plenty of fuel to do such things with. This one has RCS where the other one doesn't, and the other one has fuel where it doesn't have RCS. So I reckon either would be able to deorbit. But that's all I've got really planned for this, in all fairness. Let's head on over to the tracking station and end these flights, shall we? Before I go, there are one or two things I want to show off. Let's get over to this. The Armstrong, because you might have seen this before as I was coming onto this area. But this isn't the old Armstrong, this is a new type of Armstrong, built solely entirely around the Bobcat DMV thingy-mabob. This is what I will be showing off in the next episode, I reckon. Most definitely. In fact, there's one thing missing from that I have just noticed, and I'm going to do this here while I remember. It has none of these. Yeah, there we go. That's what it was missing. It needs them. It always needs them. Good times in the Kerbal Space Program. Save. But yes, this is intended to run our new bases to Juno. What we've got here as well, if I go to Colony 1 and Colony 2, is these now have their own personal launchers, rather than going up together as one big thing, which technically I should do. In fact, I might customize. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Actually, no, it is a bad idea because I want these pods on top and I can't do it any other way. But yes, these have their own customized launchers. I'm going to release these after I have, what's it called? Released the episode with these in. Don't know when that'll be. The Falcon and Falcon, well, both the Falcon 6s will be going up today, so you guys will be able to check them out. Check the link in the description for the mods I'm showing off here and the craft that I'm going to put for download. To find the mods, you have to click on the Procrastinaut Space Program discussion thread. I cannot stress that enough. People can never seem to find the links for mods. They're in that forum post. I swear to God, people, they are actually in there. So make sure you do check. Another thing I do want to talk about, I'm going to back off this now because this is nothing to do with Kerbal. I suppose it is kind of something to do with Kerbal, but it isn't at the same time. Over the course of the next year, I want to try and make this channel a little bit more professional, shall we say. And I don't want it to be entirely centered around Kerbal, because the amount of times I tried to escape from this game, well, not so much escape, but try and like wean people off it a little bit so I can do other stuff, it never goes down too well. So my New Year's resolution is to start doing less Kerbal and more other stuff. There'll still be plenty of Kerbal coming your way. I've got all kinds of plans to go through and all kinds of little missions that I want to pull off. And not only that, the updates will constantly be coming, so that will always give us something to do. But you might only get like 1 or 2 Kerbals a week now, as opposed to like every day, when it was every day, and no, it has been for the past 2 weeks. But you get the idea. In the meantime, there'll be other series going on, other regular series. I mean, there's loads of games. I bought a load of games for Christmas. I mean, there's loads that I've wanted to do for ages, like Dead Space 2, if people remember me saying that. Project Zomboid needs to make a triumphant return to the channel as well when the new update comes out. everything will have to take a side seat to Zomboid when that comes along. Far Cry 3, I've got that and completed it recently. I wouldn't mind doing it for the channel. That's a good one. Portal 2, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. There's loads I could do, but there's also some like collaboration stuff. I'm going to try and reach out to other YouTubers and see if they want to get involved with various varieties of different games. But until then, it's all in planning. But yes, expect a more varied channel over the year of 2013. Hey, 2013 is a good year after all. We didn't die. But on that note, on that very happy yet depressing note, I don't know why it's depressing because, well, I suppose it's because I mentioned the word die. But on that happy note that we all didn't die in the 2012 apocalypse, I want to say peace out.